What is up, everyone? It's your boy SB4 here. We're back with another quick video. I usually don't do these kind of update videos really often, but this is a pretty important change that's upcoming in the Bang Dream Girls Band Party EN server. I do want to share with you all. So as you can see here, this is a notice that they sent on August 3rd, which is basically a few hours after this time of recording. And it says as follows. Thank you for playing Bang Dream Girls Band Party. We hope you have been enjoying Bang Dream Girls Band Party. Following the results of our last player survey, we have decided to begin shortening the duration of our events in order to shorten the gap between the versions and bring us closer to the latest up-to-date content for the game. So as you all know, the EN server, which is what most of us play right now, is roughly about exactly a year behind JP server, which is the main server, the actual main server of the game. So it's been kind of relatively easy to kind of estimate or know when exactly an event is coming up, because if you see an event in the JP server, you know that, okay, 1 year later it's going to come in EN. But now they're making a change so that it will sort of shorten the duration of these events. So then because the events are shorter, there'll be less gap between the EN server and the JP server. So that's pretty huge. This change will begin from September 1st, and we intend to shorten the events down to an average of 6 days. So usually the average is about 8.5 days, as I said here. Of course, this current Afterglow summer event, for whatever reason, is 11 days, and maybe the next event's going to be like 7 days or 6 days. But now they're going to try and move the average down to 6 days, and this is an average. So it could be a possibility that some events may even be as short as 5 days. And there could be some other events that might be a bit longer, like 7 days. But again, the average of 6 days. This change will happen in gradual steps as we assess the production schedule to make sure it is sustainable, even as we continue ensuring the quality of production we have delivered thus far. Now, there's a concern of, if the events are shorter, how you'll be able to get all the event points or event rewards in time. Now, they made an adjustment here saying that all event point tiers for rewards in events will be adjusted accordingly, such that players can continue to obtain the same rewards they are accustomed to at the same level and frequency of play. So what this basically means is that, normally you would need a certain number of points to hit, let's say, the character card or some other achievement. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to adjust it, maybe perhaps lower it, so that it'll be easier for you to get the same rewards, because again, you just don't have as much time to get these rewards. So they're going to make that adjustment there. And we hope that this much requested change will bring you all a better experience with the game, and that you all continue to enjoy playing Bang Dream Girls Band Party. So again, this change has brought in some mixed feelings from the community, and I've kind of read a few people's opinions about it. One of the main opinions for this change is, of course, again, the fact that you don't have to wait as long for JP content to enter the EN server. So that's obviously one major advantage, that you don't have to wait a whole year for the content to show up. Now, of course, this will also affect those who are a bit more maybe accustomed to tiering. A 6-day event in general, because you don't have as much time, generally these events are going to be a little lower on scorings, thus they might be less expensive, and you don't have to worry about spending at least a week or even longer to try and tier for events. So in some aspects, tiering is actually quite benefited from this change, the fact that you don't have to play as much in order to get the title. Now, of course, there's a lot of other disadvantages with this change as well. One of the main disadvantages is, of course, you have less time to prepare for certain gachas and certain events. So even if, let's say, you're not tiering, right? Let's say in a sort of non-competitive, casual perspective of the game. Now, instead of, let's say, this event that's coming up with a gacha you really want and you're saving for it, maybe it's supposed to come in 6 months' time, but now it's going to be coming in about 4 months' time. Obviously, that would be a big disadvantage. You have less time to prepare, and perhaps this might entice people to spend more in the money to sort of compensate for the fact that they have less time to prepare for the gacha, or less time to prepare for tiering. I think that's the main disadvantage that most people have been pretty kind of not so happy about. I think that the event duration is fine. I think people in general, from what I've heard, is pretty okay with the event duration being shorter. But again, the fact that now you have less time to prepare for everything, which, you know, some events, like for instance this current Raise a Suilan event, could be coming as early as May of next year rather than August of next year. You have just a lot less time to prepare. So I have this graphic here, and again, this may not be the full schedule based on, you know, what the tweet has mentioned, but this sort of gives you an idea of perhaps what the intended schedule plan would be like. So some notable stuff, like for instance, the Raise a Suilan event. This is a 6-day event. September 1st and September 7th is going to be the first one to sort of experience that 6-day event. And as you can see now, based on this schedule, it looks like you're trying to fit about 4 events per month rather than 3, which is the usual norm. So again, by doing that, and of course that time definitely sort of adds up quite a bit, and you're able to squeeze in a lot more events within a shorter period of time. Now, of course, this does make things a little bit strange in terms of like events, in terms of its thematic or themacy, whatever that word is. Like for instance, Valentine's, that is going to be during New Year's. That's really weird. The New Year's event itself is going to be in December. It's a little bit weird in that aspect. And of course, you know, some events are going to be sort of moved up and moved around, so you don't have as much time to prepare. So maybe, you know, again, for someone who maybe wanted to cheer for an event that was supposed to be during their summer break, and now it's going to be in the middle of finals, for instance, or some other time. So again, this schedule change is definitely a little bit awkward and a bit different. But again, it has its advantages, it has its disadvantages. I want to know what you guys think. What do you think about this overall change? Are you okay with the fact that events are now going to be shorter and we're going to be closer to JP content now? So we'll be getting newer content sooner, or perhaps you kind of like those events to be longer and more stretched out for preparation. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. But yeah, this is a quick update video for me. That's all I have today. So thank you all so much for watching. This is your boy SB Fellas for signing out. And yeah, I look forward to hearing what you guys think about this change.